That's a very good evening to you. Of yours, Mrs. Join us live. This is the news network, Zimai.com. If you're coming in right now, the man who many Zimbabweans claim is a prophet, a true prophet, Shepherd Bushiri, a man riddled with controversies, and who was also anointed himself as the godfather of Zimbabwe's Vice President Kembo Mohadi, and a man who also claims to be a seer or foreseer of events. Shepherd Bushiri has been slapped with a deportation order in Malawi. And our vice ministers, this is soon after Shepherd Bushiri's so-called spiritual father, UEBERT Angel, the prophet that we're seeing here, had made pronouncements that threaten African governments, that threaten African presidents. It was just last week on last week in February, around 21, 22, when UEBERT Angel announced threats. Right. Announced threats to presidents who do not honor Shepherd Bushiri, and said that these presidents are going to be removed. Right. And my apologies, folks. I'm just um, putting through here a title. So quickly, so what has happened right now, viewers, if you can hear the sound of my voice, this is breaking news right now. This has just happened this afternoon in Malawi, and it is an announcement that also has been celebrated by the South African government over the order to deport the fugitive Shepherd Bushiri to South Africa. This is in Malawi, and it's also happening at a time when UEBERT Angel had threatened African presidents, he had threatened presidents who do not honor Shepherd Bushiri, saying that they will lose elections. Our viewers, witnesses, this is a major breaking news, and we have a full and a broad article. And the difference between the Zimai article and so many others is that there is extra context around what is happening, the verdict, how it came about. That it's not just a court verdict. There's all somewhere else, something else that is happening here, and this falls at the back of a portrayal of Bushiri as an immortal anointer of presidents. Of yours, ministers, the article is there on your news network, Zimai.com. And in the pictures that we see here is Maynard Manyoa, who is and has been for years Shepherd Bushiri's public relations manager, and till even today remains the publicist for both Shepherd Bushiri and UEBERT Angel. And our viewers, ministers, as we can see here, we also have connecting with us in our studios right now, Howard Nyoni, who is a columnist and analyst on religious matters. Mr. Nyoni, good evening to you. What is happening? You are being fired back by people who say that what you're saying here is not true, and they're saying that Shepherd Bushiri has in fact won 10 out of 13 cases. Can you please relate to us or translate to us what has happened? And feel free to go into Ndebele and Shona. Chii chaitika kuna mporofita Shepherd Bushiri, mporofita anoteverwa nemaZimbabweans nema-Africans akawanda.
Yeah, one of the things which we have to realize and to take note of is that the people who are under these so-called prophets, who are false prophets, they are not very, if I may use the term, intelligent, in the sense that they are easily deceived. They are very gullible people. They are naive. When you
Oh,
look at
it looks like they're gonna feel insulted there.
yeah, when you tell somebody that they are gullible, you are not insulting them. You are just telling them what they are. and I don't call a spade a small, a big spoon or what. I call a spade a spade. So now when you look at the background of who Shepard Bushiri is and his activities and criminal activities in South Africa, and his departure, the way he left, his flight from South Africa to Malawi, you know the man is a criminal, and the South African government has a case with Bushiri, and Bushiri has to answer for his what, for his crimes in South Africa. So now, to cut the long story short, Simba, those people who say Bushiri is innocent, it's a tragedy, and a religion turns people to be blind. Mm.
Yeah, but then, Mr. Nyoni, here we have a man who people believe, and there is a video, by the way, who believe that he made Kembo Mohadi the vice president, lifted him up from being state security minister, CIA minister, into vice presidency. And
Yeah.
so, what can you say about that? Because of such incidents, some people say that Bushiri is a man of God, and this is just persecution, and it is something that is just happening, and very soon he will come out of it a winner.
Okay. Let us look at the background of his court case in Malawi and what is happening with President Chakwera. It's called Chakwera, eh? Is it Chabwera or Chakwera?
Yes, that is right, Chakwera. Yes, right, yeah.
Yeah. So now, when you look at the relationship which Bushiri had with Chakwera, and you look at the way he left South Africa, and the judgment which was issued when Bushiri left South Africa, the High Court in Malawi favored Bushiri for him not to be extradited back to South Africa. So you see that now things have changed. The tables are changing. Why? You spoke of Kembo Mohadi. You see, when you look at these false prophets, they work on cases which are already ripe. Ndivana mucheka dzafa, in the sense that vanhu vanoenda kwavari vanenge vachitove nema-ambitions. For example, Kembo Mohadi, when did Kembo Mohadi start to be a politician? As a young boy, I think even before Bushiri was born, Kembo Mohadi was an activist fighting for the liberation of Zimbabwe. Saka Kembo Mohadi kunda kunorwira nyika kwaakaita achizodzoka akatopinda mupolitics inenge Shepard Bushiri asati atombozvarwa. So now for someone think that Shepard Bushiri has got powers to endorse Kembo Mohadi's presidency is just being gullible. Because Mohadi wachona anotove munhu akaenda kupolitics munenge Bushiri asati atozvarwa. Saka anoona kuti when you look at the way people believe in these so-called prophets who are false, already someone will be in a field, like you are a politician, and you say, I want to be put as a vice president or to be anointed as a vice president in a country. What do? They pay monies. And in that paying of money, it's obvious that one, as a politician and as someone who is active in Matebelele and in Zapu, so-called Zapu, in Kembo Mohadi, he will be having already a post in the government. It's Bushiri's powers. It's just being shallow. It's just an empty belief. Now, I want to go back to the issue of South Africa, the issue of Malawi, the issue of Zimbabwe. I relate this region with these false prophets. When you look at Zambia, a man called, what is this man who went to Zimbabwe for elections? What is his name? The pastor. Anonzani murume angari observer wema-elections okuzimbabwe. Hello, Simba. Oh, something has happened. Hello.
Are you still there, sir?
Yeah, I'm saying if you look at the background of Zambia, the
You
background of
seem to have gotten cut there.
I'm there. I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, yeah, sorry, you'd gotten cut there. You were saying that
If
you're suggesting that this is guesswork. You're saying that you're suggesting that there is a lot of technique mechanizing, or we call it here trickery
yeah,
that is happening.
okay. I gave you the example of
And
a
then it
man
is
who
portrayed as prophecy.
yes. I gave you an example of a man who went to I don't know when Kembo Mohadi went to Mozambique to fight for to Zambia as a Zipra force. I think
Folks, my
by that time,
apologies. I don't know if those on Twitter space, if you can hear me. Somehow the network is is
am I live,
struggling.
Simba, or
Our
am I
guest seems to be in the fail, and I'm sure and I'm hoping that people can hear me. Can hear me? Can you hear me, Citizen Chiwa Murugundinzaire? Just I need a bit of feedback there if people can hear me, because I'm wondering, is it me or is it Mr. Nyoni who is struggling?
yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me, Simba? Oh, there's a problem.
Okay, Mr. Nyoni, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, right. So we just want to run it down just so that we don't get cut off once again.
Okay,
Okay,
can I
so
go ahead?
yes, yes, just go ahead and let me just make it short and sharp, because I'm
Yeah.
noticing
So I
network.
was saying, I was saying, Ukatarisa,
Just go ahead, sir,
did
please.
when did Kembo Mohadi go to Mozambique or to Zambia to fight as a gorilla? Was Shepherd Bushiri born by that
Okay,
time?
please go
No.
ahead.
I can hear. Do you hear me? Hello. Oh, dear me. I'm not audible. I see what you're saying. I can't hear you. Do you hear me? Hello.
Okay, the network has gotten cut again. Yeah, folks, we might have to.
Oh, okay. Can you record it maybe on? Dennis Ngwe is saying we can hear both.
Those on
Both.
Twitter Space, you would have to watch the video,
Okay.
the
I
live.
see someone is saying they can hear me and they can hear you, Simba. So now I was asking the question: if you look at the time Kembo Mohadi went to fight for the liberation of Zimbabwe, this Shepherd Bushiri guy was not born. So already Kembo Mohadi was a politician before Bushiri was born. So now for someone to think that Bushiri has powers to endorse or to anoint Kembo Mohadi to be a successful politician is being naive. It's just an empty belief. People should start to wake up and see that these boys are just tricksters. And then when you look at Angel UEBERT, at the gold mafia issue, what happened? He undermined even Vice President Chiwenga. He says, I am the second in charge in Zimbabwe. Why? Their agenda is power. So now the presidents of SADC, Malawi, Zambia, and Zimbabwe have to wake up and deal with these criminals. Now, there is an unfortunate incident which happened in Zambia. There is an unfortunate incident which happened in Malawi. You know, the man who was leading Malawi, for those who don't know what happened, the person who took over from Mutarikwa, the president of Malawi who died, he went to TB Joshua. And from the way things are reported, the president was injected, and the person who took over from the dead president was a what? A TB Joshua agent. TB Joshua promised here that if this man is killed, you are going to take over. And that's exactly what happened. So now these boys, they can even kill. So the presidents in SADC, Malawi, Zimbabwe, and Zambia, even in South Africa, but now in South Africa, they don't have that chance. In Namibia, they don't have that chance. Shepherd Bushiri wanted to penetrate Botswana to endorse the president of Botswana so that he can do what he wants. And then he can put his own candidate. And then they take over Botswana. They take over Zambia. They take over Zimbabwe. They take over Malawi. And they become a racket of mafias, spiritual mafias. So now, if SADC leaders don't deal with Shepherd Bushiri, they don't deal with Angel UEBERT, they don't deal with Mboro, they don't deal with these conmen behaving or mushrooming as prophets, they are in trouble. Because these boys, their agenda is power and to take over the region.
Wow. Wow. Mr. Yoni, this is quite a heavy one, I must say. And
Yeah.
and to tell me, just as we end, we're gonna have a bigger one, a very lengthy one later on. Once we get the footage, because we're gonna put up the footage. Tell me,
Yeah.
what is your message to African presidents, to both the Malawi government and other African, in short, and then lastly to the people of Africa who believe in these prophets?
To the
Your closing remarks here.
I would say to the president of Zambia, he must watch out for Nevers Mumba. To the president in Malawi, he must watch out for Bushiri. To the incoming president in Zimbabwe, he must watch out for Angel UEBERT. Why? They may pretend to be on your side, but they will be fighting you. Now, I am sure the president of Malawi now, he has seen that Bushiri is up to no good. That is the reason why he wants him extradited to South Africa. He sees that as long as he is in Malawi, he is going to be a danger in the country. And I don't know why he was not aware from the very beginning that that was the agenda. Now, when you look at even in ZANU-PF, if they are not aware that Angel UEBERT has got the powers even to overthrow the government, if given the opportunity, he can do it. But they can't see that. Now, we are talking of a man who left UK running away from his scandals of raping women. Now, is it coincidence that a person like Magaya, is it coincidence that a person like Bushiri, is it coincidence that a person like Angel UEBERT have got serious cases pending? Some murder, some rape, some fraud. Is it coincidence that these boys are like that? When we go back to the book they carry, the Bible, it says, you shall see or you shall know them by their fruit. So the presidents of SADC must wake up and deal with these criminals before they cause much havoc. You know, I remember I shot a video about this Talent Chiwenga before the wife died, and I gave a warning to the people of Zimbabwe. I said, this Talent Chiwenga guy is going to kill innocent people. He had how many people had died when I issued that video? I released that video. 0. But now, trace how many people have died from 2017 July when I released that video that Talent Chiwenga is going to kill people. How many people have died? The wife, the 2 guys, the woman in the church, the guy who was driving him, and then how many people have died in Namibia? His own church. And still, he is prophesying that people are going to die in this ministry, his own ministry. What are these people doing? They are killing these people, and these pastors have the potential to kill. How many people are being vangari vanhu vanonzi vakaurayiwa namagaya vakadzi vamwe kuBotswana, vamwe vakaurayiwa pachechi, vamwe mumasango, vangani? Saka, are we saying these are all coincidences? No. This is the nature of these false prophets. And very soon, they will be killing my presidents. Vanenge vava nemapowers okuti vokuwana loopholes okuuraya ma-presidents kuti vaite take over power. So if the presidents are not aware, if they are still sleeping, vafana vachaonesa nhamo. Because agenda yavo ndeyekuita take over. They are power hungry. Vari kuda simba. That region, they want to dominate it. So Malawi, president, wake up. Zambia, wake up. Zimbabwe, wake up. These boys are up to no good. They want to take over power. Hello?
I can hear you. Yes, thank you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we're getting glitches, Mr. Nyoni. What I want to do is I want to quickly end the program. Let's put together the footage, and then tomorrow we have a one that is that has got the actual footage of UEBERT threatening presidents, and then we combine it with this announcement, and then we talk. How is that?
Yeah, it's okay. And the presidents of these regions must know that these guys may pretend to be with them, but their agenda is deadly. They want to take over. Thank you.
Wow, Mr. Nyoni, thank you very much. Of yours, we're going to be shutting right now. This is the development. Jump on zimai.com for the full text of this and more.
This is Zimai Media, broadcasting all around the world, on the spot, on the dot.